Hope you're happy. Hope you're all happy. Oh, gotta restart Rocket League. Alright, till the frames are awful. I was doing a replay review for someone earlier, and turned off my video settings from phoneless, from full screen to borderless. And the problem is if you do that, then sometimes it yields awkward moments when you try to turn it back on. Your game's like, you don't deserve my full frames, you abandoned me, and I'm like, we'll be bad. It's almost freezing here in Texas. I got an email today that said the next week is supposed to be like the coldest week we're gonna have by far so far this year. And they're like, literally every single source of water you have, like a faucet, you need to run water so that you can, so that the pipes don't freeze. And I'm like, damn, I left Chicago so I wouldn't have to put up with that nonsense. And I'm gonna pay an extra large water bill next year. Thing is, I only lived in an apartment with 3 other units beside mine back in Chicago. What happens if someone disobeys? I'm fairly certain someone's pipe burst upstairs. I don't know if I ever sent a picture of it in the Discord, but I remember walking to my bathroom one day, and there was water coming out of the air vent for my vent in the bathroom from upstairs. And I text my landlord, I'm like, what the hell is going on? And they're like, yeah, I think the girls above you went on home for winter or something, and it's like they left, they didn't run the water, so yeah, it's leaking because the pipes burst. I'm just like, so yeah, water just poured down and damaged my ceiling. Lucky I didn't have to pay for that. We'll go the ice on your porch? Gosh dang. Weather's getting freaky. Why are my frames so freaking dog? Why is it looking so weird right now? Why is my FPS not? Yeah, something's going on. This is choppy. Do you guys see this as well? Why is this so choppy right now? It's looking really choppy. I can see like the individual frames of the ball moving. It says FPS is like hitting 240, but I don't believe it. Yeah, why is the frame rate going crazy? Yeah, look at that frame drop. I'm losing like 20 frames the moment I start moving. That doesn't look like a normal graph. I am lost right now. Why the fuck my performance is actually suffering? I'm doing nothing different. Or I literally have not changed like any settings, so I'm trying to figure out why Rocket League's freaking out. Fly's begging me for a stream and I give it to him just for my thing to just explode. Alright, game feels a little smoother now. Yeah, look at that frame rate. Way better. Okay, now we're good. I don't know what the heck was going on there for a bit. Yeah, that's just flawless performance right there. Literally FPS locked at 240 right now. That's what we like to see. EX9 freaking out. Sounds like a likely culprit. Oh. DirectX my ass. Shit was running my Roller Coaster Tycoon too. Not getting more than 70 FPS. Damn, bro's playing on a toaster. Restarting fixes. Yeah, I'm not sure if you were here like about a minute and a half ago, but I was getting like 200 FPS minimum. The graph was like freaking out. On the 4th restart, that you just bugging Bud. I mean, I was definitely bugging Kara. I just thought, wow, the whole gang is here. Are you guys here? Did you guys resolve your argument about Drake? The end of last night's stream was literally just group counseling, I swear. Why did it have to be this late? Sorry, Donna. I was actually not planning on streaming today. I was in a lot of calls today. And then I got bullied into it by all y'all in Discord. So if you guys want to see me stream, you just gotta bully me in Discord. Worm, what's up? Okay. My Siri was the final straw. Yeah, probably. Play a little 2v2 just to warm up. Feel terrible during. Apparently F10 toggles all your performance stuff. There'll be better days. I remember. I'm gonna try this one more day, alright, buddy? We're gonna get through this together by not asking me to buy stuff and listening to the stream when we tell you to not do something. Teammate did not believe me. Cam Styles, how you doing? I don't know, I thought Ducky was diving in there. I'm mad at you? Well, maybe you shouldn't be, considering we gave you several reasons and explained to you several times why you were banned. Also, I didn't time you out the second day, to be clear. It was the extension of my will, also known as M-Dog. Nice. Nice. My schedule broke because of, or my streak broke because of inconsistent schedule, but it's okay. Wait, what do you mean inconsistent schedule? You can literally just be there. Did I miss anything yesterday? We had a lot of double taps. Yesterday was a really weird... Bro, I looked back at my stream last night. I had 19 markers in that bitch. That might be a record for amount of clippable stuff that happened. Yeah, I made a whole backboard CEO, which is probably the closest thing I have to a series on my stream. Outside of the Ongo montage, aka the mind control saga. Wait, what decal does Ducky have? I actually really like his car. It looks like a Carmine Core thing, but with a gradient. Oh. Knock, knock. Who's there, Zero? Oh, I wanted to... Really, I didn't land. Oh, that's a low 50. That is the lowest 50 possible. The double blonk blonk blonk. Is it a dissolver? I can't tell. Damn, big body ass. Hey, Mezzo. It kind of looks like a dissolver. I think I have a dissolver. Or at least I used to have one. It's one of my favorite decals. Might have to reacquire it. I bet we can trade with someone. Too soon. Bonk. Bonk! Some kids call that cringe. And they're right. Right on 2 at a time, pies in here. Bro, me and my teammate are horny right now. Goddamn. I mean, wait, what? Happy face on the fast forward. Bro, I love the Hot Wheel cars. This is the only car in that bundle I like. The rest of them feel really weird. I'm not even playing the ball. I just wanted to look at his decal. Uh-oh. That's a flick on, I will say. Did he pre-jump that? What? I'm just staying in front of it. I was dunking my teammate and preventing them from getting it. Oh, I can see it. We're saving the replay just to look at his decal. Hey, no, Bucko. Oh, wait, no, it's like the butterfly decal. What the f... That looks so much better from afar. I mean, I guess it's not bad. I like the gradient. The gradient's really clean. Wait, I can accomplish that with just the butterfly decal? It did look a lot like Dissolver. Butterfloopin'. All right, chat. Do we have the butterflies decal? I mean, I don't know if it's gonna look good on the fast forward because it has to have this yellow bit, but what the heck is it called? Butter. Oh. Flutter. Oh. I'm a genius! Wait, what? Wait, how did he get it white back here? Wait, how did he do this? Wait, it was like so bright in the front. How did he do this? Was it this? The dumb as like a car scene. Yeah, that look only looks good on the Octane, so unfortunate. You guys don't like the McDonald's car? My favorite is how it's like these 4 lights and then like more lights, question mark? What are we doing, bro? Are you guys sick because that car was like sick? A better fly decal in the item shop? I mean, maybe. We'll see if they do the butterfly thing. Hi, Ship Zero. Are you saying that because you ship people in chat? Like a ship of Theseus. Butterfly girl car? A girl car, what? Madam Butterfly from Software RPG Masterpiece Sekiro? Oh, good shot. That's why we warm up, chat. What? I'm not entirely sure how he landed and caught that before he could throw that away. I'm surprised his jump didn't get eaten on that one. I felt like he was still landing. Oh my god, it's yet another open shot that I didn't wind up enough for. Sure. Right, this is why we warm up, chat. Okay. Sure. Like the back pass foot reset. Huge fan of that. A shot, bang. Bang. My favorite type of twos teammate, one who doesn't need me. One who is actively burdened by me. Do you love me? I'm just making sure that you will say no. What? What's the name of the car? Fast 4WD. Why stream so late? Because I wasn't gonna stream at all, and then Elias was like, "Where's stream?" And then M-Dog emotionally blackmailed me, and now I'm here. Today was like a medium sad boy day. Very stressful day. Oh. Okay, buddy. It's like, okay. Nice starve monkey. I tried to take 50, I was too far to the side. Getting Kara on the game. Now Kara's at your beck and call, he's her best friend. I'm trying, says Frosty. The guy got gifted a couple days ago, good. I take Kara another 70 MR, good job, Gray. I mean, no, bad. Trying to set up an appointment. School? Bro, you still go to school? Cringe. Cringe and mid. Do you love me? I'm trying to be nice. I don't love you, bro. I just met you. I like you as a member of my chat. That's about as far as I'll go. Oh. When streamer friend zones you. Can manage all the PMU kids. Yeah, you guys need to get on a Google Calendar real quick. Oof. Eh. I could have scored that. Low key, halfway through, I was like, he's gonna aerial that. Oh my gosh, what was that recovery? Beautiful skeleton! Oh, love it when a teammate sits there and waits for the pass. Bro just got chat zoned. Yeah, I love you. Yeah, bud. Zero chat riz. "16 people in the club? Damn, dead club on the weekday." Damn, you guys are really getting to the "I'm not your buddy, pal" type situation right now. No, I had it. I'm a buddy. I'm a buddy. I'm a father. You don't love me, I'm nice. Wow, that's literally exactly what a nice guy says. But I was nice to you. I deserve love. Nice. Nice, guys. Did he decline? Nah, I've actually never heard Shaq's voice, Elias's voice, really any of theirs except Kara. Are we buddies? I mean, we're friendly. Raven, how often do you make, like, best friends? I feel like, you should be familiar with the idea of, like, people you are friendly with versus people you are friends and people you're, like, best friends ever. That's fine. Whoa! That was not fine. Wait, was that not wide? Oh, never mind. He was way faster. Okay, damn. Lucky pinch. Nah, that was a bad challenge by me. I should have gone earlier. I just wasn't sure why he was going so slow, and it turned out it's because he just didn't have a read, straight up. Oh, skeleton, you got that? Okay. Not sure why I cut skeleton there, but yeah, I didn't need to jump at that. That's important. Or I didn't need to clear that as hard as possible. I should have jumped earlier to keep the corner. Yeah, I jumped right as I went for the demo. Fort. Alright, that's a good start. Damn, I just lost at the last second. Oh, GG. Nope. That was a bad one. Before I enter the cloud? What? Get a good dose of what's spouting the nonsense in your chat. I don't need to be in a VC to know who's spouting nonsense. Alright, I gotta go ultimate degen. Put the hood up. Oh, it's Cruzelo! What's up? Gang, yep. JSL, you gotta get ready for RLCS. They lowered the age to 13, you're in. Doing lyrics. I'm for it. For real and onga onga. Yeah, fur onga onga. TTV! Yay!
Clip it!
How much y'all want to bet there's going to be any 13-year-olds? I could see Scribbles picking up a team and playing in RLCS. I think they could make a main event if it's like a similar structure. Scribbles is really good. There's also Scythe, who's like a rank A player, I think. Oof. And then I think Life is trying to play, but he's only, I think he's like 16 or something. Or he's like 15, maybe? So I think he was eligible regardless. Noise. Oh, he's gone. On we go. I'm 13. I hate this year because he turned 13. But hey, you can finally see PG-13 movies. That says what chalked it. Lads, what the hell is that emote supposed to be? Or emoji? Is that your cope emote? Feels good playlist or nah? Feels good? The one that's just like a radio station of a bunch of old songs? Yeah, I could do that. Do you play Fortnite? No, I play every night. It's default emoji. No, I know, but I mean the purpose of why he's posting it. I don't see the context, really. What the hell is that playlist? I'll look for it a little later. GG, because yeah, that was a little bit weird a game to begin with. No. Okay, we'll grab that. Oh boy. Ah, Vorsky, I was hoping to steal that corner boost faster. Go for it. Actually, I like that touch better. No, bro. If I got to that a 1 millisecond earlier, that's a tap right across and I dish. I'm angry. Oh, he actually could have definitely beat me that, but he delayed for reasons I can't understand. I did not have to double jump on that. Heavy cope. My screen's not focusing. The internet's probably going out. No, good save. I'm getting put in weird situations here. Oh, wow, that did not hit the part of the corner that I thought it did. Bad read. There's one, okay. How's the fast 4-wheel drive? I mean, I like it. I've owned it for a while. Here you go, Shaq. This is the playlist that's literally called Feel Good, so if you like that, then enjoy. God, how long this bitch is. Oh. Do a flipper set? Bruh. Yeah, I don't know what that point that was. That's important. No! What a save. Bad game. Alright. Kind of an ugly one there. Where's the hard depresso, sad boy? Do I have a hard depresso? I guess the closest I think I get is the angst playlist. But that's not like a depresso playlist. It's still like a lot of energy in that. I don't have a sad boy playlist. I've never related to the people where they're like, when I'm in a sad mood, I need to listen to sad music. I'm like, I've never wanted a sad playlist. I guess I'm just not as moody as y'all. Sad boy shoegaze. What? Shugazi? If Olivia Rodrigo was heavy. What? Bro, did you see that? I almost bumped the guy into his own teammate's dunk. Okay. Oh, so personally, I wouldn't have left the goal, but that's just my bad. I thought our team was gonna chill in the middle of the goal. I'm just gonna get a temporary clear, but I should have actually cleared it. I'll buy it. How you doing, Pitchy? Oh. Nice. For the Rocket League Season 12 rewards, they were goal explosions. Are we not in Season 13 right now? Oh. Oh! Wow, he broke it. That's what you get. No! Recovered faster and dead. Ruinder, are you actually fucking drunk? What the hell are we talking about, bro? We just talked about this yesterday. Stop telling me to go buy stuff. Why are you advertising things in the store? Are you an employee of Psyonix? Joking, got you, scaredy cat. Ravinder, I hate your guts. Wow, what a heavy touch on my bot. This is kind of a sad boy song. I've been at the Texas Jerusalem crossroads for 6 months now. What? This is a sad boy shoegaze. Is it shoegaze or shoegazi? I've never heard of shoegaze. Shoegaze as in you're a sad boy that you stare at your shoes? Shoegaze? Fuck a shoegaze. That music always is boring to me. That's why I don't listen to it. Need some dynamics in my music. You hate my wiener dog? You hate my dachshund? My dachshund? Dachshund? Wait, it's sad boy like skater music? Sun hits. I will search for it if it's a sample of the genre of playlist you're talking about. I mean, this playlist is also known as Feel Good, so I don't really know why I have the song on here as well. Probably just because this feels like a radio hit from early 2K. Go for it. All right, M-Dog, you can ban Ravinder forever. I'm so done with it. Oh, you banned me for doing this again. I'm just gonna joke that I'm gonna keep doing it. Okay, buddy. Well, then enjoy your ban. Did we seriously just lose like this? Oh my gosh. Got you again. No, you're not joking. You're baiting and saying, oh, you're gonna ban me? Oh, wait, you're gonna ban me? I am gonna ban you, Ravinder. Have fun in another YouTube stream. RT looking ass. UI sucks. You just click on the message. What do you mean? Shout out to M-Dog's last message to Ravinder being, it'll get better, Ravinder. Just kidding, he got banned. Always have to hate. They're not hating, he's just being a troll and being kind of a loser at the same time. Because he just keeps getting banned over and over. It's very 13-year-old RT Bone energy, where he just comes into a chat and then he does stuff, we time him out and say, don't do that again. And then he comes in the next day, does it again, and say stop, and we time him out one last time. And now, because he's been timed out twice, he's like, you're mean for timing me out. And I'm like, well, then don't do the stuff that I keep telling you to. And then he comes in and does it, and goes, haha, just kidding, and then does it again, and goes, haha, just kidding. I'm like, that still counts, you fucking idiot, now get banned. And now he's gonna comment on my YouTube, like, it's so unfair. And I'm like, well, then maybe go to a chat where you can be a, I don't know, a nerd. Go to some 1,000-person chat where you're just another pixel on a screen instead of an actual person who reads your chat. Ugh, bro, I'm so sick of that nonsense. So frustrating dealing with chatters who you have to nail a message into their head for them to get it across. Don't want them here. I mean, I don't want them here either. I don't like to ban consistent YouTube viewers because I'm like, yeah, I want to build a community or whatever, but like, at a certain point, I'm giving you 4 different chances to like not be an a-hole, and you're consistently denying it. Like Worm, I mean, we had someone in the Twitch community like that we kept giving second chances to, and he kept being a troll. And eventually I just perma-banned him because I'm like, I'm sick of having to explain to you every freaking day how to be like a regular human in this chat. But I was just kidding. Yeah, except you don't joke about getting something that you got banned for twice already. Ugh. I get the subtext, yes. Thank God, Penguin's gone. Yeah, there's a specific male penguin in chat. Something positive. Say that. What did I do? Oh, fun fact, chat. So, in high school, I found out after I graduated that I had the reputation among some girls as being like a player or whatever. Not that I was getting laid a lot, because I wasn't, but it was more so because a lot of them thought I was like flirting with them. And so I was like basically like being really flirty with multiple people. But in reality, it was literally just the fact that I grew up kind of more comfortable talking to women because I grew up mainly with just my sisters and my mom. And so I would be texting girls because they're more fun to talk to, frankly. I think texting guys is very boring. It's very efficient. But you have like an actual conversation. So a lot of girls are like, oh, I think he has a crush on me. And then I would do nothing because I was just friends with them. And they got apparently very frustrated about that. And so they thought, no, it wasn't like, I'm not saying player like, oh, I was known as like a ladies' man. It was literally just like they thought I was like somebody who would like just flirt with girls a lot. And I'm like, nah, I was just talking to them. And one of them was a girl, Annie B, who I made a playlist once and I included this song in it. And apparently she took that as a hint that she's like, oh, this is a message, like, this is my playlist you made just for me. And I'm like, nah, this is a playlist I made. And like, It just happens to have a song with your name in it. Kind of weird talking about high school being in your late 30s. Late 30s? Bro, I'm in my late 20s. What? This feels weird. Why is it weird to talk about my high school experiences? Can I not talk about any memory from the part before I was 20? What? That's such a weird gatekeeping thing. Yo, when I was a kid, I had this popsicle flavor one, so people were like, kind of fucking cringe talking about frozen desserts when you're in your late 20s. Holy shit, bro, move on. So I think the trauma started when my dad, when I was 6, it's like, oh my God, bro, no one cares about your trauma when you were 6. Move on, holy fuck. That's where I'm right now. Oh. Have a good time tonight, I guess. Chat's be wildin' right now. Oh. That was like low-key thrown across. Who said they wanted me to say hi to Canadian?
The air is thinner as we climb. We've only got one destination. Touch the clouds and gravity's edge, and the rest is our momentum. Does it matter if I can't
Oh, on the beat!
memories of where we be?
Yo.
And you would follow my silhouette.
Fun fact, you guys, if you're 18 right now, all your memories are cringe and bad, and you should never talk about them. That's Superman ice cream, or dude, bro, I saw that picture of the Superman ice cream, and I immediately got taken back to my high school years where my practices were right next to Luigia's ice cream across town. Oof, that ice cream is so fucking good. I was kidding, Bro looks at me and he's like, this guy is definitely 47 years old. He definitely has gray hair and he just dyes it. My memories for Tarantino are cringe and bad. Facts. It's calling you a silver fox. Okay, I'll take that. Oops, I missed the D in Canadian. Who just wants to sugar daddy? What can we say? That is true. Phone keeps lighting up, but I don't see any noties. What's going on here? Kind of too weird to talk about your nostalgia. Bro, Biden should be arrested then. Where's an ice cream fiend? But mainly because it would be really funny. Primarily because it would make me laugh. The front runners of both parties, I think, should be 100% arrested. But only on the condition. I don't even care about the legal arguments. I just want them both in one cell, and it's a reality TV show. Joe Biden versus Trump oil wrestling. I don't think anyone wants to see them oiled up. Also, Trump is definitely out of his weight class. But I almost guarantee Trump is almost twice as heavy as Biden. Biden, based on how skinny he is, I'm guessing is probably like 150, 160. Bro is frail. No shot Trump is anything less than like 270. Maybe even, but I'm thinking the fact that he was exactly 1 pound underneath the health guidance for U.S. Obesity rating was hilarious. I'm like, yes, how convenient that he is just about at the upper limit of healthy weight, despite eating nothing but trash food every single day. You guys ever seen a Ben Garrison cartoon? That dude is horny for Trump, I swear. My Facebook memories before 2015, wonder how the fuck I had any friends. I've never experienced more things like about going on Facebook and looking at old statuses and just being like, who the fuck are you? Like, what was going on there? Like, get it together, buddy. There are no photos of me having a mohawk, though. As a freshman, the team captains got to cut all mohawks into the freshman varsity players' hair. My God, did it look bad. What? No, teammate! I'm bored. I shouldn't have turned for that. The Ben Garrison Coom edits? What? Weirder hair than swim team? What wear? What hair? Those are smooth as a dolphin. Oh, like head hair. Never mind. Or my friend who's a biker, he shaved all his hair. Because when you fall, it doesn't tear up your legs as much. So I wouldn't have expected hair to have like any impact on. Uni college initiations are shit. Oh no, that was a high school thing. There were no association. There was no initiations in college unless you joined a fraternity. But that shit's like psychotic for some people. Our fraternities at our school got heavily punished if there was like any tomfoolery. So it was just sleep deprivation and doing dumb shit. But like some of these other schools, they're like psychotic. You guys ever know what an elephant walk is? Like, that's a thing that heterosexual dudes will do to each other and be like, this is the price for being friends and going to parties. Personally, guys, I wouldn't hold any man's penis to have friends. Oh, this one. While holding each other's penises, it's a fraternity initiation thing. There's also like our paddles are like a very common thing to have, and people are like, why are they paddles? Like, no one knows. I'm like, no one knows, buddy. Good fraternity leaders smacking the bare bottoms of initiates, being like, this is a normal thing that I have to do, he says sweatily, licking his lips. What? Fun fact. One of my favorite studies on cognitive dissonance is the people who went through the more extreme hazing in sports teams and in fraternities rated that they were the most committed to how close they felt to the fraternity. Because it's almost like your mind is justifying that if I went through that shit, I must really like the club that I'm in. No! Why didn't you shoot it? The vision! I'm like LeBron James. We're really out here. What was that sound? What do you mean that was that sound? It was, oh! My very manly battle cry. Surely not. Okay, cool. It's secretly the throat goat. Excuse me? Bro, Vivek Ramaswamy's wife getting introduced as throat surgeon on Twitter and everyone thought it was a euphemism was so fucking degenerate. I was laughing my ass off at that. Just want you to know who I am. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Aw, I thought a teammate was ready for it. No. I really thought he would dive at it, and I was like, honestly, I don't think the first guy gets to it. If he doesn't get it, then the rest of them don't. Oh, just stole the boost. Wow, what a lie. I just said need boost right as I stole the 100. No, I don't think you guys would actually be coordinated enough. Why is this song gonna feel good playlist? It's more so like, I think I kind of lost track of what I was doing as I was making this. This is just like nostalgic songs from that I listened to growing up. My sense is 2.0 on both. Bam, bam. That one was like something I could have seen happening. I just didn't want to like fake that. Got bullied into streaming. That is true. All y'all are terrible. I got a new bass today. Nice. Guys, Angie smells great. Calm down. When everything's made to be broke. Shoo, have you checked your DMs? Nope. I have work. Ooh. That's fine. Yes, hello, Shu. I'm curious what Shink has been shilling or shinking around Twitter on the live stats overlay. Or live stats API. Also, Shu, congrats that your Minecraft YouTube's been popping. Oh! That's it. You're like, I've streamed before, and then you're in. They want a lot of money. I mean, I think they'd be down to be... The thing is, I don't understand why you're not giving people preview. You should just give them like a guest key that expires after like 2 days or something. And then if you want to keep using it, then you pay. It feels weird to be like, hey guys, I have this product. I'm like, cool, can I test it? They're like, no, pay me. And it's like, and not hearing about this shit. It's because Shink, the producer for WCB and Luminosity and a couple of other places, he's I guess friends with some developers, and they're like, it's a live stats API thing, and everyone was like, wait, what? How is that possible? And he's like, I don't have details, I'm just a messenger. It's just like, and I guess a couple people reached out, and they're like not willing to give it out to like community members, just like only people in production. And I'm like, that's all well and good, but like, wouldn't you want other people to have access to it that people know for stats and maybe like, you know, would be interested in spreading like, hey, this thing is pretty good. Nope, that was bad. Bro, are you kidding me? Direct wouldn't have any interest in doing that shit. None of the, like, 7 different statistics people that are well known to be into stats would be interested in that. How dare you even suggest that? Ooh, that went forward. That would have been like a flawless touch. I thought that's where we were going on that trip. Yeah, I'm just gonna start double committing on some of these. That was a little heavier. That would have been a great pass. Oh, Gabe, you skank. It's gonna be very clips. Bobby, this is the 2nd time, and of course you're in a party! You're gonna be revealed to be 900 MMR after this game, I guarantee it. Ugh. Come on, buddy. Live stats. I mean, that thing already exists. That's the thing. Because the way he's talking about it, I was like, if it's like truly like live in terms of all the data of the game, that'd be dope. But like, there's already plenty of things that exist out there that can give you stats like as if the scoreboard is being translated to an app. Like that already exists. I've had people just hand code it in their free time for broadcasts. Like, oh yeah, this is something we whipped up real quick. And as a caster, it's really nice, especially if you're working only off game feed, because you can't check the scoreboard yourself, so they just provide it for you. So you can just put it on a second monitor. Wow. They double committed, and then the first guy actually just quadruple jumped to get that. Oh, GG's. All right, I need to see how much of a champ one this guy is, because that game was very interesting. 12-11. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I feel like if you're trying to advertise that product, you should 100% be giving your like a test drive, or at least like post screenshots of what it does. Because then you're like, oh, that's a feature we don't have or whatever. But like the fact that they're just like, it's a live stats thing. It's like, okay. I'm more curious for when Rocket League gets like advanced statistics going. Because I agree that the octane rating is definitely like a... Hyper, are you throwing? Are you just upset? Got really high for that block for no reason. Well, my account got locked and I had to solve a weird puzzle. Make sure you're not a robot. He didn't laugh because he couldn't laugh because he's a robot. I think the issue the midcast adds stuff to be in the middle talking. Disagree. I think the thing is you can get stats, but for the most part, having live stats doesn't need to be that advanced. That's why I'm confused on why this would be useful for production. This would be something that I think would be cool for like if you're using vMix and you get like an interesting stat, or like you want to just be like, oh, this player spends this much time, and you want to have like a panel pop out to like give you like a stat, you know, kind of like the NFL does with like its random things, like, oh, this is 7th 100-yard game of the year or whatever. Like that type of shit, like I can see that being useful, but like for a caster, no, that's definitely just like a production quality thing. Hey, do you want more factoids? Do you want like a data-driven broadcast or whatever? It's like, sure. Well, like, because ultimately, if I'm looking at a scoreboard, ultimately, the reason I look at a scoreboard is just because I'm trying to make a point about like shot differential or something. And I'm like, and a lot of this offense is being driven by First Killer, who he himself, checks scoreboard, has 7 of the 9 shot or something like that, you know? Like, that's not super hard to just like start a sentence and then use the numbers in. Otherwise than that, most of the stats that get referenced are usually direct messaging the casters, or like they're in messaging the casters, and maybe they are in their ear, but normally it'd be like a very quiet thing. Because in vMix, or at least like any kind of like higher level audio setup, you can isolate one caster. So maybe the caster who isn't talking, they're like, hey, by the way, fact, like blah, 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 and just bring up like something that you found out. I know Direct probably does that. On offline messages, I almost guarantee he comes into Gen Chat and he like asks the casters like, hey, by the way, fun stat for you guys to bring up. Beating Direct at World Championship in Fort Worth was actually one of like the cooler experiences. He's a cool dude. Hopped in the stream more than a few times. Because I've had some in-ear stuff get brought up to me when I'm not casting, but normally it's just like as a side note. I would say it's vast majority would just be like through text or something. You're a caster? Indeed. That's why I have my CRL Analyst tag. I never knew, and I know. Well, I'm talking like with live events, it's kind of hard to like message casters when they're in the middle of stuff, especially if they like don't have a phone or something. Like if you're doing that in a live environment, you can't like ping them the same way. When it's remote, it's a lot easier because yeah, it is just a ping. You glance to the side on the Discord window and you're like, oh, okay. I know someone knows what's going on in CRL. I know a little bit. Like, I don't know announcement dates, but... I have some educated guesses as well that I think will end up being true. I think part of the hang up with a lot of the announcement stuff is that talent negotiations are also still kind of in the thick of things, and if I had to guess, casters are probably negotiating their contracts or renegotiating. Nice. Good for you, man. Keep going, Illy. Illy 2 Worm. Because there's definitely going to be changes, I think, with casting. Blast is kind of known for that. They might try to keep everyone, but to be honest, with how much I know the budget cuts have cut in, I almost guarantee RLC's casters are making like half of what they're making. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of them try to like negotiate, and if they don't get what they want, they just might walk. And I don't honestly know the flexibility Blast has to negotiate. Because like, if you imagine like, hey guys, we can pay you $1,000 a day. And they're like, we used to get paid $1,500 or something. And they're like, okay, I love watching you play. Do you think sometimes you should stick to casting because the frequent losses in ranked? Worm, do you win 99% of your matches? Genuine question. And so if they're like, oh, I'm used to getting $1,000 a day or $1,500 a day, why am I making... I'm gonna guess they're probably making somewhere between $750 and $1,000 or something, which is a huge decrease for them. And so therefore, the dude will come in here and say, hey, we want more. And then Blast is going to be like, they look, and it's like, let's say they have to get 10 casters on a crew or something, and they play, or it's like they're, sorry, my brain is deep fried right now. And so they're like, okay, well, if I need 10 people on board for 900 a day, and suddenly some of them will not work for 1,500, you can only please so many people. But if you have to have X number of casters, it's like, okay, do we run with a skeleton crew of less people, and then we just decide who's the most valuable and who we need to get and their availability and whatnot, versus like just saying, no, it has to be this amount, and then see who walks. So we'll see. So in my opinion, I think we'll probably see some RLCS talent not come back just because they want more. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Johnny Boy walks. He already has a lot of money. He is probably the biggest bargaining chip to make more money. And if they say no to him, I wouldn't be surprised if he's just like, I'm not doing that. And then he's just gonna make money running like Cash App tournaments and running his own stream. For the beat over the top, nice. Nice to see some new faces. No, but that's the thing, Fidji. I don't honestly think we're gonna be seeing any. I'm gonna be a gambling man and say Hercules will 100% be on. I think that's a natural change that we probably would have already made if Epic didn't want to like not shake the boat too much. I almost guarantee Herc is probably gonna be added. Beyond that, I think we're probably just gonna see cuts. I don't think we're gonna see any non-agency talent get added. I mean, as much as I share the echoes, Finji, I would love to see new faces in casting for biased reasons, but I also don't know if they're going to do that. Another option could be if the talent actually like all refuse to work. That would be kind of a, I think that would be a doomsday scenario in which you'd see people en masse get like replaced and not just removed. But I don't know if talent are organized enough to do that. Because as much as it's like, well, there's powers in numbers, I feel like Blast would be like, well, we were told to start RLCS by this time, and we'll get on there. And to be honest, not to be cocky, I've been in that scenario before with the CRLA stream, where we filled in for them, and for about 3 hours, or 2 hours, people were like, wait, what the heck? Where's the A stream? Where's the A stream? Where are the RCS guys? Where are the RCS guys? And then they started listening to us, and they were like, oh, these guys are like really good though. Never mind. And then they stopped talking about it. And I'm like, I think that's the danger. Oh. Interesting. I saw Winks back. Is there money in Rocket League casting? Just ask because I really like the future of this game. There's more money than other esports because it's a lot easier to put on an event, so therefore there's more events to run. I'm probably one of the better paid casters just because I do a lot more events on average that pay at least above like basement rates. But I would say at a tier 2 level. So I wouldn't say you can just be getting into casting and then immediately be making, you know, thousands of dollars, but I mean, I pay my bill almost entirely off Twitch and casting, so. It's a weird game. But yeah, like other esports don't make a lot more money as casting because they don't have as much ease organizing stuff. Like if you really wanted to run a Rocket League event, you could just get a single streamer, 2 casters, and you're done. Whereas like with Fortnite, you need 2 casters, you also need an observer, you also need a lobby host because it's hard to do that and observe. You probably actually need 2 observers if you want to actually be like good at it. So already your budget is like already way higher, whereas Rocket League is like a lot easier. On top of the fact that it's like if you're doing Fortnite, you have to wrangle 100 kids or whatever into a custom lobby, whereas Rocket League you just need to get 6. It's also really successful at the collegiate level because you don't need 5 people on a roster, you just need minimum of 3. It's also not bad for colleges to say, yeah, we want a team because there's no violence, it's just cars. My bigger question for casting, for myself at least, is whether CRL rates are also going to be slashed to the point where the agency RLCS guys don't want to do it, even less than RLCS. And then if they actually go to the B stream people and be like, hey, you want to come back? That'd be kind of dank. No shot they keep RLCS casters? Well, that's the thing though. Like previously, it wasn't even a thing they really requested. They were just like, you guys are doing 0. And they were like, okay. And then they did it. But the thing is, they were still making incredibly good money. Whereas now they're probably going to be making like what B-Stream was making, low-key. Which is still like good rates relative to the average across all the community. But honestly, it's like a spit in their face to get these stream rates. I'm sure that is probably what they think. So we'll see. Honestly, I keep thinking that to myself. I'm like, I think they could change that. I think that could happen. I think we could finally change up things on CRL, and then it's gonna like come to things and then just be like, nope, exact same crew, no changes. The amount of times I've been debated with, hey guys, it's your time, it's your time, it's your time. This is the time for changes, this is the time for whatever, and then they just don't do it, and I'm just like, I'm crazy, I'm scared about CRL. I am also scared about it. I have no idea what's gonna happen after this semester to CRL. No, I agree, Shu. I think there's some people who really like it, but from several conversations I've had with casters, some of them just do it because it's a paycheck. And personally, I want those people to leave CRL so that they don't have to be burdened with casting something they're not interested in. Be a single qual in the world? Jesus, that'd be terrible. Yeah, with eFuse basically imploding, I'm a little scared that the CRL is going to get sold. Oh. If I speak, I'm in trouble. Yeah. I mean, I kind of already suspect some changes just because eFuse is hemorrhaging money. There's no way they can operate CRL. And also, I don't want them to, considering how much money they owe to so many people. Never a good thing when people start bringing up the idea of a class action. You were supposed to be the ones that ended the cycle. You were the chosen one. But Finchie, how would they know that betting on NFTs on a multi-billion-dollar project would backfire, bro? Like, you'd have to be going to Harvard and then back-to-back with Oxford for a quadruple MBA to understand that that's a bad idea. Miss Macho with a 10 gifted, ayo. How you doing? Any Dodgers in chat? How are you doing, Miss Macho? I'm good, how are you? We're talking about the future of Collegiate Rocket League and potentially RLCS casting. Oh. TLDR, it's very sad, yeah. I'm excited that there might be changes, but I also have learned better than to get excited for anything positive to happen to the tier 2 of casting, so I don't know. I'm just prepared for disappointment. Ultimately, I just want everything back because I have a couple ins so far with some RLCS team streams, so I just want those to come back so I can actually make some money again. I'm not gonna lie, this offseason has been probably the most brutal, like, 4 months financially for me in a bit. I've worked 68 gigs last year, and of the entire year, 5 of those 68 came in the last 5 months. Like, oof. Oh, buddy, that was a little high. Trying to pop it up to Weird Out Blaze, since I could hear him breathing next to me. Cautiously optimistic about RLCS, very worried about CRL. I think CRL is going to get sold. That's what I'm assuming. Then ESL. I mean, the only thing is that if ESL took it on, we just see no changes again. So for me, it's like I feel really bad for all the RLCS casters that might be losing their jobs. But as someone who works as a tier 2 in the probably heaviest, the most segregated talent scene in all of esports, I'm glad to see that there's at least something happening, that potentially to some movement. Like every other esport at least has some version of like involvement of up and coming talent, whereas Rocket League is like every single event is just agency talent. Gamers 8, all agency talent or people who've worked RLCS. DreamHack Pro Circuit, all RLCS people. RLCS, no guest casters ever. And meanwhile, it's like Valorant has Game Changers. Valorant has the they have Game Changers, they have Challengers, and they're all like a mixture of like higher level casters and like kind of like people who exclusively do those events. And that's kind of what the women's scene is starting to provide, where it's like I'm a regular there and that's all well and good, but I don't know, bro. Who knows, up until a league starts being like, why are we dealing with these guys? Let's just do what everyone else does and get an RLCS caster who's, you know, never touched the scene. As much fun as it is to watch some CSA talent take a gig in collegiate, despite them having never worked collegiate prior to that. In Poland for DreamHack Leipzig or whatever? Gonna go to sleep. Okay, good night, M-Dog. Face it collegiate. Yeah, that would be brutal. Ass ever hurt from sitting in your chair? No, because I have a comfy chair, bro. Don't have to worry about that. Psyonix has been thrown a bone a couple times. He gets the ex-pro player boost. I mean, he's also like a good caster, but like on top of that, like he gets the benefit of like, hey, you're an ex-player, do you want to give us a shot type of thing? And so he got put on like a bigger event like that. He got put on the We Play event in Ukraine, Kyiv or whatever. Then they did the B stream of the RLCS major along with Rome, who at the time was the up-and-coming guy for all of RLCSM until he ruined his reputation in several swift motions and then got blacklisted. Yeah, but if you look back at that talent list, it's F. Dot, who was already pretty embedded within the scene. Pretty much everyone except, I think, did Craftsman work that? I think he might have, but I forget. But yeah, other than that, it was like, it was European talent because it's easier to fly them out. But other than that, it was mostly like the expected people. Like, it's just strange how there's like very few events that staff up and coming talent. It's mostly just CSA people and only them. So that's why I feel like it's going to be an interesting development if they do change things up, because that'll be the first time in my memory that RLCS or really any major circuit is like, you know what, guys? You know, knock yourself out. Get out there. Try it out. Digital Bacon it. Okay. What happened to that? He slowly got blacklisted and then lost a bunch of opportunities, and now he's doing Twitch Rivals, and he's holding on to that with dear life, because I think he learned his lesson. VOD streaming the draw, that does not count. The draw is not a top tier event. That is bubble teams with the occasional pro or volunteer casting wages. As in, you are not getting paid. Bandits at Wheels also doesn't count. Also a bubble tournament. Also $25 an hour. Like, that's not even a tier 2 pay rate. EU gets a massive chunk of money and they spend it to get a whole production team. What NA gets is Rizzo and James about running an event and then getting volunteer casting for the rest of it. That's what the tier 2 is becoming, or lower tier 1 is becoming in NA, which is why I find it funny that someone floated the idea that, like, what if RLCS talent boycotts and they have to bring in some randos? I'm like, bro, do you have any idea how little sympathy I would have if people tried to ask me? If RLCS casters actually said, guys, band together for solidarity, I'm like, homie, you have never once vouched for me. You have never once retweeted a post of mine, been encouraging on Twitter at all. Like, we're friendly with each other, but you have not helped my career at all. You have not, like, recommended me for a single thing. In fact, talking to CSA talent, it's very routine to just get one of them gets recommended and then they just recommend each other. They have never vouched for someone who's not in their circle. So it's like, if they actively, like, came to me in a hypothetical and they were like, hey, do you want to stand in solidarity with us so we can get a better pay? I'd be like, no, bro, I'm taking your job. Absolutely no. I don't owe you anything. And people might be like, that's kind of a dick move. I'm like, well, bro, considering how closed off this ecosystem is for talent, like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be super forgiving of, like, hey, if you wanted to fuck around and find out because you're getting paid slightly less than what you're used to. We have a lot of them. But that's the thing, though, is that you actually still got paid, like, I'm guessing probably 150, 200 for those casts, which is, like, more than, takes out calculator, $0. Like, I'm glad Rizzo and James Bot are getting several thousands of dollars per draw, but, like, no one else is getting that. Not even 100? Well, if you're getting paid in the euro, at least it's like a 1.1 times multiplier. Or pounds, maybe. Not helping the ball chasing website. I don't know, Moreau. They have to justify all their expenses. Probably hard to explain to a bunch of suits how important ball chasing is. Whatever, regardless, it just shows, like, how my irritation with tier 2. Especially because, like, the RLCS scene is already super closed off. And I just feel like every event in the off season was also very closed off. It was either tier 3 pay rates or it was pre-selected talent teams because of specific regions. So, like, none of it was actually open for any of the guys who are the most industrious, like myself, Bass, VOD. 750. Oh. Yeah, that's not too good. All right, so they get slight points off, but it's still paid, so get a little bit back. Get a little bit of credit back. I know, and I know as I'm complaining as an NA caster when EU casters make way less, but still. It's why it's a weird couple days, because I don't think we're gonna find out about talent for like another like a week, maybe even more, before they start tweeting out, "Hey guys, I'm not on RLCS anyway," and then you're gonna be like, "Oh no, it's awful." But like, I don't really know what's gonna happen. Any number of things could happen. Talent boycott would legitimately be the only chance anyone would have on getting an RLCS. Everything else, I think they would just cut people, add, I'm guessing, Herc, and then they would just say, all right, we're good, and then just roll up their sleeves and get to work. And I want to really reiterate, despite how heated this conversation is from my perspective, I don't wish anyone gets their job taken away. I just am happy to actually have see anyone other than the exact same 10 people get gigs in high-level Rocket League. Well, the thing is that about traditional sports that I'm looking forward to, and I think it's started again. Illinois State approached me the other year, and I might hit them back up about it, where they want to do their own broadcast, and so they were reaching out to myself and Bass, I think, separately, but like they reached out to us to be like, hey, we want to have a student-run broadcast, but like we want like a senior caster to kind of manage the broadcast and help mentor people. And so basically, it was like I would be hired for the Redbirds broadcast. And I was like, honestly, that's kind of the cool part. Like, as a commentator in real world stuff, you can get paid a full-time job by being the commentator for X university or whatever. And I'm like, honestly, it would add a really interesting part to freelance if like individual universities and collegiate started paying casters to cast their games, or at least help out their student casters. And I'm like, that was a thing that I was thinking about hustle-wise. I was like, yo, if they have money that they want to spend, just be like, because I don't even mind if it was like if they're just coming in, because most broadcasts are only one match if you don't stack your thing. So it's like if they have a NACE match, yeah, fuck it, I'll come in for an hour for like $30, $50. Like, yeah, throw me some cash. And that's something in traditional sports that's really ridiculous. So like you can work at multiple levels and still make like a decent amount of money, whereas like really all the money is concentrated at the very top in Rocket League. There's the occasional well-paying gig, but like ultimately you need to either work for orgs in a heavy capacity, or you need to work for RLCS. Should be under the bar. Nice. Never paid casters. Well, NA has a bit more of a head start in the collegiate Rocket League sense. I don't remember what I asked for the Redbirds for, but they never got back to me, so I might just DM them again and be like, hey, what's your budget? Let's just make this faster. Especially in this new year, can I already tell I'm gonna be a gremlin scrounging for money for casts. Oh. What? Depths clips on him. Awesome. Why he's diving in on that? Who knows? Okay, and grab. Oh, I thought there was someone going across. I saw our teammates starting to move forward. Here, Rich. It's not the hit I wanted. Hi, Tristan. Tristan, do you think it'll be in Texas? Honestly, I want it to be in Texas, but I don't know if CRL is even... I don't even know how much CRL is even on the mind of Epic right now. I think they're way more concerned about making sure everything's running smoothly. It won't be run by DreamHack, so it shouldn't be back in Dallas. I want it back in Texas, though. I want them to put it in the Esports Stadium, Arlington. I don't mind that place. That way I can still go to it, too. Put it in London, they won't. I agree, I don't think they would. Majority NA teams getting flown out to the EU. I don't know about that. I don't know, like Denver, boo, no Colorado. It's tradition, keep it in the places that it's already been. You said majority NA, not even world champions. Can you imagine that if they were like, well, EU won last year and then you guys get like 12 spots, we get like 4. I would honestly, I would just be super angry if World Championship happened on DreamHack weekend and then it's not here. Also, I'm gonna be pissed because like DreamHack Dallas, I moved here specifically to be closer to it, and then they're just not gonna put it back in DreamHack Dallas. I would lose my mind. The different casts for RLCS. Yeah, Tristan, we were just talking about that. I think the only option that would ever happen is if the casters get such a low payment or rate offered to them that they actually decide to like protest. And then Blast is like, all right, if you don't want to say no, because that's pretty much, that's, to my knowledge, that basically is exactly why what happened for CRL, is that myself, Bass, and I think VOD were all basically used as leverage for the casters to sign contracts that were against their interests. They were basically like, oh, here's your rate. If you don't like it, that's fine. We'll just go to the next person. Also, would be bad to say no to us when RLCS is coming up. Could be nice to get this. And they're like, fine. And then RLCS came along, and then it turns out everyone signed the CRL thing, and then we're like, oh. And then no one got added. Because I was basically explicitly told from behind the scenes people with pretty good knowledge that, like, I would most likely be pulled up, or almost like it is on lock that is a plan that I would be pulled up. But honestly, I think they just use this as a pawn. Because they get one new, like, oh, they're not going to replace you with some rando. It's like some person from B-Stream or something. And they're probably just going to run down B-Stream and replace every RLCS talent who said no to CRL. They all said yes, and then they didn't replace anyone. And RLCS, I think, is probably in the exact same situation right now. We are probably going to be used as leverage to get them to sign on to a crappier rate. So that's pretty much what I'm guaranteeing will happen. If I was a betting man, that's exactly what I'm going to think is going to happen. They're going to say, hey, we got a whole list of casters. If you want to say no, that's fine, but we got to book people. But the most likely thing that's going to happen is that they're going to cut probably like 40% of the cast. Because I don't know what the rate is based off of. Probably number of talent on show times 800, 900, whatever they're getting paid. Because I'm assuming they're getting a pay rate drop this year. Oh, my bad. Oh. Okay, I'm not actually focusing. I need to record. I'm just RL for casting. Well, casting is where... Well, Rocket League is my most... The esport I'm most interested in casting. Mostly just because I play it a lot. I actually enjoy the game. And I have like the most momentum in. I'm like open to other casting games, but like the thing is I need to find a game that actually interests me at that level. And so far nothing really has. Doesn't help that the finals was looking pretty interesting, and yet they have announced that they're not doing... the finals doesn't want to focus on esports because they're like, yeah, we didn't have a private match and we're not planning to add one anytime soon. I'm like, well, without that, you literally can't have an esport, so... Unless you're doing like kill races with public lobbies, but that would just be like... invest more of their cash into RL. Well, I mean, I think Epic decentralized or centralized all their esport teams, because there used to be the Epic, or there used to be the Fortnite competitive team, and there was the Rocket League competitive team, and now there's just the Epic competitive team. Which is why you saw people getting laid off and quitting, because the team got shrunk by a lot, because Epic is trying to centralize. Which then would make sense. Instead of Epic handling everything, just hire a production company to run it for you, and then all you're doing is just approving budgets and, you know, giving kind of high-level advice and guidance. So, you know, happy for Blast. I just want something to happen in regard to talent. I just feel like there's been so much waiting. It's pretty much like, oh, if you didn't cast this game when it first came out, you basically had never had a chance of casting OCS. And it's just like, that's kind of a shame. The same casters can never once feel heat. Not that I want them to live a constant fear of like job security, but I feel like it's a little weird that just there's never any, I don't know, there's no updates. Only adding people. Never once. Like, there's been like 2 instances I can think of someone who trying out casting and then getting booted later. Sponsors Blast can get. I mean, I wouldn't mind if sponsorship got more on, but I don't know. Based on the timeline of a lot of this stuff, I almost guarantee the contracts already went out though. So that's why I don't think it's dependent on sponsors. Because you make the budget based on sponsors that you've secured already. You don't like do the Kansas City Pioneers thing of like, I think we'll get sponsors, so we'll pay you this. And so, in my mind, the contracts already got sent out, and now it's probably just like waiting for talent to say yes, who says yes, and then based on who says yes, probably light negotiation on a case-by-case basis, and for everyone who they're like, this is not worth negotiating, they cut them, and then determine if they need to replace them with anyone. And that is the only option I could see anyone do getting on. Again, outside of Herc, I think Herc makes it guaranteed. That's my. I don't know why they're not hiring Veracity. Not that I know if they have reached out, but I feel like if you want like just a strict host, you should get Veracity. Like Wavepunk is incredibly good at it, but it's just like I feel like Veracity's kind of proved herself in the Worlds. Awesome. I don't know. The rest of January is going to be super interesting, logging into every day to Twitter and either being disappointed by no news or salivating for any form of information. I find myself some days just waking up and refreshing the timeline over and over just to see if I missed anything. Bro, if they bring the studio back, that'd be crazy, but it'd be such a wild requirement. I just don't think they're gonna do that because people are like, well, they have a studio and da-da-da-da. I'm like, bro, do you have any idea how expensive that would be to fly the NA talent is every single week? And the only other option is to then host them in a hotel for like an extended period of time. I just feel like that'd be so fucking expensive. I could see them maybe doing it for like a major, if they did like an online major and not like a LAN. Or like maybe for like the third, like, I don't know. For like, depending on the format, maybe one of the regionals is way more important than the rest of them. Like maybe doing it then, but like, I don't know. Like third regional, for example, the ones that like secure major spots. I could see them maybe doing it for that, but like I can't do, I don't think they're doing that every single week. That's so much money that could be going elsewhere. Nice. Hard going back. Yeah, exactly. They have 2 kids when they were initially in well, because it's just so incredibly time expensive to fly. Like if you're in Europe, I mean, Europe is somewhat condensed. Like you can make some decent travel, but it's still probably brutal. But like, yeah, if you're going from EU to NA or NA to EU every weekend, like that's not worth it. And then you'd probably have to live there. And I think some of the R6 talent, they did studio in Copenhagen or something. And they said like they were not happy spending that much time there. Also, like imagine like, if someone called me and said, hey, by the way, you're on RLCS, also you have to live in Copenhagen for 3 months. I'm like, bro, I have rent here. I pay rent for an apartment. Also, I have cats I have to take care of. Am I supposed to move to Europe with my cats? Or do I just put them in a, hey, cat shelter. Hi, what's your rates for keeping my cats here for 3 fucking months? Like, what? It would just be so confusing. No, I understand it's cool, but it's just like, how would that even work? I'm just gonna be paying rent at home in an empty apartment? You have to hire some person to long-term care my cats? I just feel like I'd be annoyed having to move to another country to do studio casts. Yeah, the only things that I saw is kind of cool, and I don't remember where the Call of Duty studio is, but I know all the Call of Duty talent that gets retained, a lot of them move to Ohio because basically Call of Duty pays the rent for them. So you get paid to live in like a really nice apartment complex that's really close to where the production house is. So then you just drive down the road or whatever, and then you do your job. And if it was like that, it'd be like, yeah, cool. Like, that's fine. I would totally love to be moved to an apartment and then I'm just living in like a nice ass apartment for free. And then I just commute to a studio every single weekday or weekend. Shoutout Ohio. No, Tristan. Oh, there's no Ohio here. No Ohio in this stream. That'd be the only way I'd live in Ohio, though, is if you're paying me. If you're paying me to live there. Whoa. Controller just DC'd for a second. I'm not actually paying attention right now to save this. Oh, no redemption. Yeah, so in my opinion, they will, if they use the studio, it will be incredibly rare. Because I'd find it hilarious if they're like, sorry guys, you all talent has to get a pay cut, but we're going to the studio every day. It's like, wait, what? That's like way more expensive than just like winning. I don't understand how that's not a save, personally. I disagree with that. I felt like I was right on that. So I'm losing to Tennessee collegiate players. Come on, buddy. Balls. Uh-oh. What are you doing, BBs? Coast to coast. In this moment. I don't know, I will say, based on the Akron recruiting schedule of all their Rocket League talent, the Ohio pipeline has a lot of Rocket League talent for no reason. I'm a bot. bad. I meant to go on the sidewall. Didn't realize I was that close to the post. Gotta buy a house for a Daniel if he ever wants to go to college. I can't imagine any pro at that level goes to college just based on the amount of money they're making. Goes to the University of Kent. Be a crazy transfer. Or like Kentucky. Nice. Maddie Moo and RL Pro Daniel. Sideswipe Pro? That esports scene still exists? Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting! No shot, he actually passed it right down the middle. And that worked. Yeah, I saw someone that announced a sideswipe tournament and I was like, wait, what? It's like, no shot, that's a thing. Nah, bro, we can win if we just don't dive in on stuff like that. Ball's completely uninterested in going toward the goal. We could just dive in. It's like, bruh, just don't go in on that. Probably fine. Also, again, huge fan of playing against full party, literally every game, without fail. I didn't think he was bumped on that one, he just didn't hit it. He just didn't touch it. I know Reddles once upon a time said he wanted to go to a college, but he forked up by saying he only wanted to go to a college if it was in Virginia. And I'm just like, ooh, you chose the one state without a good team outside of maybe Virginia Tech. But I don't think they're offering any money. Question, how do sleep, Gio? You don't drink caffeine after 4 o'clock and you do progressive muscle relaxation. Once he retires, you might maybe. I could see that. Yeah, I mean, I think he wanted to stay pretty centralized, but then he moved to Texas for optics, so it's like, maybe he doesn't want to stay in one place. Progressive muscle relaxation is where you go through stages of tightening and then loosening your muscles when you're trying to go to bed. Find that with box breathing, where you inhale for 3 seconds, you hold it for 3 seconds, then you exhale for 3 seconds. It lowers your heart rate. 20 milligrams of melatonin. Damn, he's looking to get crunk. Looking to party. Shoot. Just crumples up some melatonin pills on a dresser and then chops at his credit card and takes a thick snort. Let's get lit. I'm just immediately sleeping. You know, 4 a.m.? Yeah, buddy, you need to go to bed. Sounds like a Colorado thing to do. Damn. I'm not queuing. Alright. Odds we get an RLCS announcement tomorrow? Psyonix likes announcing things in the middle of the week. Tuesday's the announcement day? Oh, well, I guess it's completely wraps. Never Wednesday? Never. It's always never until it isn't. I honestly wonder if they're waiting for talent negotiations, but I feel like everything that they would post in that shit is literally completely irrelevant to the talent negotiations. Guys, chill. They're also announcing UE5, so they have to finish rendering the trailer probably. Well, UE5 would do it a lot if there's literally anything that pros don't like the feel of. UE5 is entirely a casual thing. Because ultimately, pros are just going to turn all the settings down anyway, and I think the game will still look nice. I would argue the absolute lowest competitive settings will probably still actually look better than UE3, just due to like the way the new engine renders light and whatnot. But it's very much like a casual. Ooh. Okay, I'll take the double-double. But no, the way it renders light on a lot less computer resources, so I feel like the game will still look better, but competitively it won't change anything. It'll just be a different engine. In my mind, the reason why I'm looking forward to it is just because this game is too competitively focused. There's not enough stuff for the casual fan to do, or the casual player to go through. So if they can build a UE5, add more game modes, add more variety, content picks up, viewership picks up, everybody's happy. Also, hi BB Gun, been a while. So yeah, I'm not worried about at all about the competitive scene. It's more about just UE5 for giving the Psyonix devs something more to play with. Who knows when they're gonna be fucking done with that shit though. The pinch? Oh, jeez. That was a laser. What's up, bro? All ball as well. Yeah, I mean, stuff's fine. I'm probably the brokest I've ever been right now because several companies are not paying me for casting, but other than that, doing all right. So I gotta reset that dono goal. That was for January, for December. Nice. Like I don't know how. On the line of the road. Paying viewership approximately worth 1 nickel. Oh. But hey, 5 cents per view is more than what I was getting before. Or 5 cents per stream from Runic. I mean, that's bank. Put that shit in a 401k. Before you know it, I'm swimming in money. I actually probably have to withdraw money from my 401k to pay bills to make through January. That's how serial we're getting here. Yeah, it's not fun. I also get penalized for it on my next year's taxes for that. Oh, Ronick, thank you for the gift sub to BB Gun. Appreciate you. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of data annotation work on the back end, which is really boring, but it pays all right. It's funny because it's paid hourly, and I read really fast, I think, because they're like, all these conversation, or like all these like tasks should take you about 10 to 20 minutes, and I finish that shit in like 7. So I'm like, this is a weird thing, because I get paid hourly, and they time how much you're actually in work mode, and I'm like, honestly, what is the incentive for me to finish these tasks faster? Like, it's honestly in my best interest to just like complete them, and then wait around for a couple of minutes, and then click next. Like, so long as my mouse is still moving and whatnot, if they have like detection for that, I mean, I'm still giving them the same amount of data as someone else does. As long as it's quality and I'm not just like mailing it in, I mean. So that's actually what I did last night. I completed a task and then I waited like 5 minutes and then submitted it. Would literally just do it and then go edit for YouTube and then do another one and continue editing. Just had like a little Pomodoro timer almost going. I have not been queuing this whole time, my bad. I can't help it. I can't take no more. I don't think this plays on shuffle. It isn't. Crazy. Yeah, I want to thank everyone for tuning into a lot of streams yesterday, especially the people on the YouTube stream. We've been actually getting like a lot of our watch hours, getting closer to monetization. I wanted to hit monetization before the end of the year on YouTube, but just didn't quite come together in the way I wanted to. On top of the fact that I got so depresso in the end of fall that I just stopped uploading for like 4 weeks. And then I got back in it, so. If maybe we didn't do that, who knows? Hey, it's Brian. Sorry, I thought you left that specific for me. I was like, oh, very nice of you. Well, we know, Runic. See, the thing is, I'm curious about what they mean by RLCS is back late January. Does that mean open qualifiers start late January? So therefore, first week of RLCS is going to be first week of Feb, or is it going to be like open quals are on the 21st or something? And I'm like, it has to be the former, because there's no shot that they're going to announce the RLCS on like Friday or something, and then 1 week later open qualifiers are here. It feels like way too short of a time for teams to plan stuff. But then again, I think teams might be informed on like what the broadcast schedule is. I feel like normally teams are told that in advance. Who knows? Yeah, we have enough people already doing it on their own. Freaking Rousey trying to extend the joke out every day by putting up gimmick accounts or parody accounts. Wait, they didn't let the people at BB Gun Esports know? I'm guessing open qualifiers start 2 Fridays from now. Johnny Cash, what the? Wait, he's playing with Blaze just to get auto checked into B. Nice. I still don't know one individual who's working. Wait, you know, wait, what? Who's working what? Oh, I still know one of, oh. The way I parsed that for some reason in my brain was like, I know everybody except for one person. Like there's one slot I don't know. I was like, wait, we were just talking about how no one knows. Booked for a LAN. Oh, bro, like that was the hilarious part about this whole talent thing, or, you know, morbidly hilarious. In that, like, all the talent were negotiating with ESL, and then all of a sudden they just got told, hey, just kidding, we're not doing RLCS. And then it's like, oh. I think ESL got a little cocky, assumed they'd win that contract, so they were like already in preliminary talks with talent. And Blast comes out of nowhere. I'm guessing ESL blew it up in the 11th hour. They must have dropped the bag or something. Granted, like, maybe they just want to centralize all broadcasts behind Blast, but in Epic, but who knows. Something, 13-year-olds. Guess I hated that with a passion. I don't know if they would drop that. That's just dropping money out of off of like some weird principle. I mean, maybe they don't like managing 13-year-olds, but that's why you have team managers and player managers to do that for you. I want to go to Folsom Prison. Yeah, sounds like a good time. I'd be in prison if that's my present. Good night, Juicy Burr. No, we're talking about ESL production company. The people who actually put on the streams and broadcasts for Rocket League has been like the same company for forever. I don't know why they would be super offended. I think they probably tried to add an addendum into their contract and then dropped the ball. Because people are like, I think Blast is just the logical thing for Epic to add because they already run all their other stuff for Fortnite. And it's like, I don't know if that's why. I think it's a blessing in disguise for Tier 2 casting, or at least I'm hoping it turns into any semblance of talent rotation, but I'm also probably just hoping for anything at this point. Ultimately, my last thing I'll talk about is of this is unprompted, is the reason why casting is so frustrating is that you're told as a talent, like a personal recommendation, guys, you can't just cast. You have to create content. You have to go on, make a podcast. You have to, you know, be active on Twitter. You got to post across socials. You got to be known as a da-da-da. You got to constantly be doing gigs. And then you have like a bunch of pro casters who do like 8 gigs a year and don't tweet and don't make content. And you're just like, so why is this a rule for me but not you? So it's like, you know, you can work your ass off and then people are still just like, nah, not good enough. Like, okay. Like everyone else just gets grandfathered in, like what? Must be because they're just better. I mean, yeah, you can use that argument for only so long up until you start noticing that some people have inconsistencies. I'm not going to name names, but there's definitely RLCS casts that I listen to where I don't know where they're going to be every cast. Like there's some casts where they're just out of it. Honestly, on CRL, it's more noticeable. There's some people who just didn't do the research beforehand, and that just kind of shows like a general lack of care that I'm not a huge fan of. There are some predictions in the A stream that I literally have my jaw on the floor. It's like, yeah, I think honestly this team that has barely scored more than 3 goals a series, I think they're gonna beat the #1 team in the nation. And then they lose, and they're like, well, I don't know. I guess sometimes you just gotta see that stuff coming. And I'm like, what do you mean see that stuff coming, bro? I could have been deafened and gotten that prediction. Like it just, I don't know, stuff like that just bothers me. It's like, I don't think talent should be rotated just for rotation, but at the very least, you can't get complacent. I should never tune into a professional level quality cast and wonder, what the heck are they doing over there? Oh, wow, that was closer than I thought it was. And I will say it's exceedingly rare, but it's still enough that I'm like, this should not be a thing. Or if I ever got told I was on RLCS, I would cherish that job with my life. I would be grinding, make sure I'm absolutely murdering it every single week, doing all the research, taking hours and hours and hours of notes, stats collection, head to head. The fact that we're not getting that at times is just like, that rejected our application. No, but that's a content bit. That's like literally like based off of just like, oh, you know, I think that's kind of funny. Yeah, they didn't accept me, so fuck them. It's like, oh, haha. But like, if you're always doing that, then it's a problem. I'm all for content stuff, except if you're never actually making a prediction, which is why, in my personal opinion, I'm not a huge fan of Seb only choosing Canadian schools. But over time, he's gotten better not doing that. I think at the end of the day, we're analysts. People tune in to hear our opinion that should be, on the whole, more correct more often than not. And so it bothers me when people are like, I'm going to only choose this type of school. It's like, okay, well, then why should we listen to you? Like, yeah, it's content, and you're just kind of like you're the wild card, but it's like, I don't know, you're doing a shtick. money's the motivator. But that's the thing though, like it's hard to avoid just thinking about casting as a job. But the reason why I love casting, even though I make money off of it, is because I genuinely love this game. I want to talk about it. I want to be able to tell the stories of all these players. And the moment when I stop wanting that is the day I quit. Because I'm not gonna just phone it in on the mic, because there's no way to hide that sometimes. Hell, I can tell you just by listening to it what casts I gave when I was in a bad mood in my real life. Oh. Hold on, I have to read these chats, BB. Can't answer that. Rough read. Oh, we both went, Satch. Yeah, I'll read chats after this. There's just a lot of words that I couldn't immediately see. Oh, no one wanted to believe in that. If we had a third, I don't think Sarge gets out of that without getting dunked. I'm sorry, Schnuggles, I saw you. Oh, sorry. It's my night. All right, good night, Shu. I was waking up at 4 a.m. Gotta get his sweepies, his honk shoe, his nee. Ooh, hate having a down this sometimes. That's a shame. Do you think it could be because of a disconnect from those hiring the casters don't understand the game themselves, so quality? No. I think the thing is that RLCS casters were hired a while back based on how industrious they were in the community and how much they were doing. And then eventually they just settled on like their base team of casters. And then they're like, all right, we're good. And then they just don't need to keep it there. And to keep in mind, I don't think the analysis is lacking on casters. I don't think their ability to break down the game is poor. There are some times where I hear something and I'm like, I have a different take on that. But like, I don't think it's necessarily inherently wrong. My issue more comes from when someone asks me to do a gig, part of my rate is the money I have to, or the time I have to spend on the cast. And what I mean by that is the time I'm actively in the Discord call or whatever, on camera, blah, 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 talking, and then also the time I have to take to research stuff. Because if I get handed a cast of like a high school league, my first question is like, cool, is there Discord or is there like a stat sheet or is there whatever, so I can take notes to learn like what are the teams to watch, what are the players to watch, who's leading goals, like who's doing whatever. And that, what are previous results? Like, is there a Wikipedia page, like something, so I can like research, write down narratives, like this team has never beaten this team, they're likely to match up in the semifinals if they win their groups or whatever, like stuff like that. And I find it really irritating when shit like that just isn't done or isn't carried through on by talent. One thing that really bothered me one time was Level Next did a college thing. It was Puckett, Daz, and Stacks in a studio, like with Karma, and they would bring in guest casters who I could not really tell how they got hired. They just they appeared. And the thing is, they would get asked questions about these collegiate teams, and I saw those teams, and I'm like, oh, I know those players, I know their background. And then they would be like asked questions, and they just could not say anything about the teams concurrently. They just did not know what to talk about. And it was like, these guys didn't do the research. They didn't talk about anything relevant to their record, how they've played, like what the roster used to be, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like one of those things where maybe the casual viewer doesn't mind, but for me, it bothers me because it just shows that you got a casting gig and then you did almost no background search on any of the players or teams. Like you don't know anything about this. You're just showing up to like commentate the actual game, which some might argue is like the actual point of it, but it's like it affects the cast a little bit when you don't, I don't know, do a little bit of due diligence. In my opinion, it also affects your passion on the cast, because the reason I think some of my best casts are always CRL casts because they're my favorite thing to cast. Whereas, I don't know, I just don't know if I see the same thing. Because they didn't know anything about the scene and they didn't care about it either. Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing, is like I want people casting the events that actively want to be there. And I know through many confirmations that there are at least one or two people who like are very like cold or indifferent to CRL on the CRLA stream. Yeah, well, not cold, they're different. They're just like, they're not really, if they had a choice to like not be there, they probably would have ditched it. I think they do it for a paycheck, and it kind of bothers me because the B stream is some of the most passionate people. I mean, there's a reason we started Champ League, is because we had so many people on B stream who we love talking about collegiate stuff. All the players know us. Like, we follow the players and we like really like chat with them a lot. They're in our Twitch chats, we play games with them, like we're in DCs with them, like all that stuff. And then meanwhile, it's just like people who could like give a shit, who couldn't give less of a shit, are casting them on the biggest stage. It just feels very like karmically wrong. But then again, that's just me being, you know, feeling entitled, I guess. Hi, Steph. We might be running out of cues, chat, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I like that. The closest I can get is University of Texas at Dallas. I'm like 20 minutes from them. Probably. Get a picture of Dalton coming out of the Union. I'm kidding. I'm not. I just saw. What? I don't know. CRL is definitely on a back burner for Epic, but it is still something I would be overjoyed if they were like, hey, RLSS Town, you're not doing CRL anymore. Hey, you guys, you're on. I'd be amped out of my mind for that. But who fucking knows what's going on with CRL anymore? Also, who knows when we're going to get that announcement. We might get RLCS and then we'll hear about CRL like 4 weeks later. We'll hear about that shit the day before quals. PE Fuse to do. I just feel like that's a risky thing. Honestly, I'm really I mean, it makes sense because it's just continuation of what's already been happening, because eFuse production has been running A stream and B stream back in the day, and then they just ran A stream. So I think that's probably a safe bet to just be like, hey, let's do it. For most people, well, yeah, I mean, eFuse is fucking great. Like, I love the people that work there at the low levels. I don't really like the administrative people at eFuse, especially now that they're ghosting me for payments. I'm just a little upset that they're like so incredibly broke. Like, legit, if I get a contract from them, I kind of want to be like, hey, so can we get a stipulation that we will get paid by exactly this date, and if not, then there's penalties? That'd be dope. I kind of want to, like, in beforehand, if that ever happened, if we got, like, approached and asked, hey, would you be interested in this? I would 100% want to, like, DM a lawyer and be like, hey, like, let me know if I could send you a document and have you edit it or something, or word it correctly. Because I definitely think I'd be interested if we could, like, actually push back on that. Because lately, these bigger production companies are getting real freaking cocky. The contract, oh, you'll get paid 30 days after your invoice. 30 days after your invoice. Oops, sorry, we don't have it. Too bad there's no penalty to breaking this law or this written contract. And a lot of people are like, why don't you do that? Honestly, the main reason I don't do that is because I could totally see a company saying no and then just choosing someone else. So it's like I'd actively lose the very precious work that I can scrounge up over the idea of that. Like, what's better, like playing hardball and risk losing the gig, or playing hardball, winning, and then getting guaranteed money faster? Can't wait to be paid for UR winner hypers. What's funny is that when eFuse take over pre-Creator League, they were paying me very quickly. I think the absolute longest it took to get paid was 35 days or something like that. And they were just like, sorry, we have to switch to Palti or whatever. Like, put your shit in, and then they put their shit in, and then we got paid like 3 days later. But we used to I would wait 6-7 months before I got paid for eStream back in the day. What rank are you? This is GC2, I think, just under GC3. We fell a lot in the a couple days ago, so we're just trying to slowly get our rank back up stuff. I want to see if I could get in demo. I'm just blown away about NFTs. I'm still blown away that that was actually the downfall of one of the biggest and most successful collegiate esport production companies. Is fucking NFTs. Literally nothing else. Like, literally nothing else causes downfall. It's just that. It's actually insane. People try to gaslight us into them having any other useful meaning outside of conning people. Not even the artwork. The Bored Apes shit is literally just hilariously stupid. But like, the argument in general is just like very strange. It's basically like owning a receipt that claims that you own something, rather than like actually being able to legally say you own it. It's like, oh, you don't own the art, you just own like the receipt that says you owe it. It's like, oh. There's like that Tumblr post that explains what an NFT is regarding the Mona Lisa. I try to get past this edge. Sag. I love it. Despite you're going through a lot of shit. The thing that's going to kill us is the thing we always strive to get. Huh? NFTs are giant money laundering. Oh no, Sadmeyer, 100%. That is my contention as well. They were just ways to embezzle money. Honestly, I think a lot of high-end art is the same thing. That's my kind of more fucked up take that I think is less defensible. I think Why would you pay $55 million for an artwork? Probably because it's easier just to launder money through fine art and have stored value in that way. But that's just me. But NFTs were definitely just money laundering. Like, no shot someone looked at a Bored Ape picture and they're like, I'd pay $5 million for that. Honestly, the most disgusting thing I've ever seen, and I mean it 100%, one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. I think they talked about this on the Tiny Meat Gang podcast, like Cody Ko and Noel, was Jimmy Kimmel had Paris Hilton on his show, and they were talking about, oh, do you have an ape picture? And Paris Hilton's like, yeah, I have my own ape. And then Jimmy Kimmel's like, ah, I too have my own ape. And then they both look at their shows and literally, like, they're talking about how expensive it was and how it was, like, ridiculously over the top. And I'm like, so basically what I'm hearing here is that they probably got bought out by some NFT minting company or whatever, and they all have that stuff. Meanwhile, all these people in the audience are applauding off of applause, like, lights being like, applause now for da-da-da-da, over something like, hey, studio audience, these people bought pictures of cartoon monkeys worth the value of your entire, like family's cars and what you could pay for your mortgage an entire year. Just for fun. Just to have this fucking picture. Just to say that no one else owns this picture. How did they not? I think there was a tweet that I remember that was like, why did no one rush the stage and just eat them both alive? I'm like, that's how I feel as a working class person. Like, how did we not just immediately overthrow the rich and eat them at that moment? Why did I get roasted for playing the Vols, man? I saw Vols and I'm like, Tennessee. I got nothing against Tennessee. I was gonna say shout out Tennessee, that's where Hoodoo Hoo lives, but then it turns out he actually doesn't live there. So I might be mixing him up with Goody. I think Goody lives in Tennessee. Oh. Who knows if he was a volunteer though. There's another Johnny Cash song. No, but legit, like, that was literally just like the whole point that I was blowing my mind about, is people were trying to convince us, like, I think also that was just heavy cognitive dissonance. A dude would buy like a sad ape for like, Bored Ape or whatever, for like $20,000, and they're like, oh, this is so cool, I'm gonna make my profile picture. Luckily, I really think this is cool, man. And I'm just like, homie, no. Please just accept the fact that you bought something because you thought you were joining a movement, and in reality you just burned $20,000. Also, all the news stories where they're like, all the people that bought a Logan Paul exclusive NFT trading card, now they're worth nothing, and those headlines get put out almost like everyone reading it is like, what? How could that happen? And it's like, okay, buddy. Yeah, I definitely could have never predicted that nonsense would go down. Yeah, I was bored. It was sad. I don't know. A lot of people got rich off it. Good for them. Couldn't afford to, lost all the money. I mean, it's the same thing. That's why it's dangerous, bro. Like, that's why I think getting into like stuff that you don't truly understand is really dangerous. As much as like I made some money during the GameStop thing. I just off of a prediction, not even like aware of all their like the Reddit activity. I thought AMC would actually go up in stock because I'm like, I think once quarantine's over and people can go to movies, people are definitely want to go to movies. And then it went up to like $20 from $3. So I made like $300, $400 just because I put a little bit of money in there. I didn't have a lot of money that I would be willing to invest into that shit, you know? But, you know, I put some money in there. That's great. But there's a lot of people who were like desperate to see GME or GameStop go all the way up. And so they were dumping like thousands of dollars into GameStop just for it to slowly tank again. And it's like, bro, like, this is the problem when people are trying to chase a trend. There's bag holders and there's people who are going to be actually making a bunch of money. I mean, it's kind of like, you guys have seen The Big Short? Like, there's a whole scene that kind of points out that they're like all super rich off of that shit. And then basically someone comes in and be like, why are you guys cheering? Like, millions of people are going to be fucked by this, like, massive recession coming up and housing crisis. Like, a bunch of you people, like, why are you cheering? Even if you're rich, congrats, but like, people are gonna be miserable because of this. And it's like, you just forget the human toll. So when I see all these people like, I gambled on GameStop back when it was $10 and now I'm buying a new car thanks to my stock winnings. And I'm like, bro, that's not gonna happen for anyone. That's gonna happen to like 5% of all people. So yeah, sad. And NFTs were very much that. Oh guys, this is a way you can collect wealth. This is the way you can build shit. You're gonna buy this stuff and then it's just gonna keep on going up. And people with, you know, a small brain, monkey brain kind of chasing wealth type situation are gonna definitely try to buy on in. And what do you know? They drop $5,000 on a JPEG of a monkey and then they're like, oh, this will gather wealth or gather value. And what do you know? Oh, and you know there's some people who just AI generated a bunch of different pictures and NFT'd them and then sold them, made a bunch of money. You know there's some guy who's like a millionaire off that shit. I went back and forth whether or not that's like a con I accept of, you know? Because I'm like, if you buy an NFT, you're kind of stupid. But at the same time, I'm also like, you're also like a vulnerable person, I think. Like, I do have a little bit of sympathy for people who get conned because, like, yeah, it's not always like, oh, you were just foolhardy and reckless. You were like, oh, you're someone who just genuinely didn't think about it. You know, I never made any amount of money and thought I'm going to buy a car. Well, I mean, if you need a car. Personally, I would definitely buy a car if I had enough money. You know, after paying off literally every single cent of my debt. But that's where we're at right now in my financial history. Just being like, all right, let's just pay off my loans and credit card debt, and then let's move on to the next thing. Buy a book or music. Credit card debt for the win. Well, paying it off maybe for the win. It's not fun to have credit card debt. Unprecedented heights of my life. Ugh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I had several months where finances were really brutal. In grad school, they only paid you for 9 months out of the year, and then you had to get like alternative money. And it's like, oh, and people are just live off your savings. I'm like, bro, what savings? You already pay us like dirt cheap to live in Chicago. But yeah, we wouldn't get paid. Basically, we had a contract that paid us like maybe like $2.5K a month during those 9 months of school. But during winter break, no money. And then also during summer break, for like 2.5 weeks, we would get paid basically like 1/3 of that. So we'd get paid like $800 a month. And so it was just this like really awkward like treadmill of money. And so there was a couple months where I definitely like couldn't afford something and I had to eat into my credit cards. At one point, I just took out a loan because I couldn't do it. I literally could not pay my bills, and I was already maxing out credit cards. And so I'm paying off that loan right now. So casting has really saved me. And then when I left grad school, now we're just slowly paying down those credit cards again after paying for my move and everything. and hopefully paying off that initial loan, which I'm just about halfway done paying. Cash is a spooky thing. Hey, Sethson, what's going on with you? Oh my god, I'm not queuing, chat. My brain is dead right now. I'm so sorry. Sethson, thank you for the raid. How are you doing with your stream? Welcome everybody. I'm Dana Taco. I am a full-time caster commentator within Rocket League. Also doing that content every day. But other than that, typically GC3 or SSL by the end of the season. Right now we're just trying to slowly get back into GC3. Because we were peer pressured into streaming on low sleep and then we lost a lot of MMR. So, hashtag never again. Oh. All does that to me too? Yeah. It was a spooky game already. Okay. Stream's been alright. We started very late today. I was not going to stream today, but then Discord was yelling at me, so I'm like, alright, well, I guess we stream. I did not realize he got demoed. Hopefully your stream went well, Seth. Maybe? Bang? Bang. Yeah, we're just trying to climb back in. Ranked has been all over the place, especially with, for some reason, a vast majority of our games are just triple Qs, so we're playing against organized elite hit squads. We're also talking about RLCS, how we still don't know anything about the season. It's very strange. You have a Twitch? I do have a Twitch. I'm talking to people on Twitch right now. Nope! Satch. Bros just couldn't put up a hand fast enough. Yeah, it's kind of a nostalgia playlist. Jack requested this one. It's one I haven't used in a while in stream. These are songs I listened to a lot when I was growing up. A shot, top shelf. Wow, that's an incredible save. That's kind of a robbery, I'm not gonna lie. Duran Duran fandom in chat. Just being a thrash metal band. Ooh. It was like for a 50 and they just didn't want to provide it. Ah, I'm bad. That was readable. Span of 3 months, Sag. I trust that's gonna be clear. Nice. Okay. Oh. Went to that a little too fast, my bad. Let's make a little bit of a slowdown. That's Snotted. Hi, kitty. How you doing? No, we missed the 50, dude. Come on. See? Honestly, if we end up losing this, I'm probably gonna go to bed. It's pretty late. Still need to edit for YouTube tomorrow. Hi, Phantom. Nice. Surely we don't lose this now. Cars? Yeah, it's one of my dad's favorite bands. Get it right. Get it right. Everybody is all of me. This is Loverboy, I think, but I do have cars in this place as well. Yeah, it is Loverboy, okay. Yeah, I do have some cars in here as well. What a weird band name. Just cars. Or like some like 38 special. Cars is like cake. Just single word, like. Eagles aren't called the Eagles, they're literally just Eagles. Wait, really? I've never noticed that. That's funny. Oh, I'm a huge fan of the Eagles. Oh, the Eagles? No. The Eagles just sounds much more like natural. Then again, it works when you're referring to the whole band or like a certain song. But you're like, oh, but it doesn't really make sense in certain contexts. Like, oh, what song is this? Oh, it's the Eagles song. You know, like it's a the Eagles song. I guess you just have to change your sentence, just be like, the Eagles sing it or whatever. Yeah, like Pink Floyd. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, honestly, dang. No notes. Wow, I actually took my time just to make sure. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard with Eddie Izzard. Now we got Sam King. No, Sam Cooke. Some 1950s music. 24K Magic. I don't know if that song's on the list. Some old school Motown. Definitely in contention for some of my favorite music genre. His voice is crazy. Especially considering a lot of these singers have like no or minimal audio processing on due to the era in which they sang. That's unfortunate. I got sat on as I jumped that. Oh my gosh. Big fan of Motown, big band music. I have a whole playlist that's just called Stay Classy. That's just Motown and big band music. What the fuck? What was that? That's AIDS. I'm sorry. That's so stupid. There's no shot that's calmed or on purpose. I was kind of hoping for my teammate who is leading the pack to go for that demo. I'm not really sure why teammates will sometimes see literally only one defender in the way of a goal and they'll just wait next to them instead. Like, do you realize how easy this would be to just go take them out? I too stared at a ball. Alright, good night everybody. We were getting off after that one anyway. Alright, bye YouTube stream. I don't have anyone to raid, so I just end with you guys.